There are specific moments where you realize the difference between a book and a show. Just seeing something on a screen is so much more vivid, more emotionally arresting. The camera can just rest on Lola Pettigrew's face, and there are things that Lola can do. There is something about the power of this medium. My name is Patrick Radden Keefe. I'm an executive producer and the author of Say Nothing. When I set out to write the book, what I wanted to do was tell a true human story about a handful of people during the Troubles in Northern Ireland.
Patrick's book follows two stories. The first is the story of the disappearance of Jean McConville. Same time story of Dolores Price.
Dolores Price.
Who was the first female in the Provisional IRA.
Oh, you listen up!
With her sister Maureen.
My family has suffered. I would die for a united Ireland.
And it focuses on their story in the 70s and then later through into the 90s.
It's about these women and the acts of violence that bind them together. When you write these kinds of true stories, you never know all the twists and turns. Each time you turn a page, you don't quite know what's going to happen next.
I grew up in West Belfast, and I thought I knew a lot about these people.
The Sisters of Terror.
But Patrick's book was so well researched, and I was surprised by the details of their story.
Someone told me I should read this book about the Troubles. Then I was like, an American wrote it. I'm not reading this. And I read it and was just profoundly moved and captivated.
It just opened my eyes and really highlighted the legacy of the trauma.
It's been fascinating for me to really be on the inside of this production. There's been a spirit right from the beginning, really wanting to honor the book and the fact that it's telling a real story about real people, but at the same time, create something different.
You can say anything, Dolores.
The whole sordid story then.
What's interesting to me about the way in which the writers on the show have chosen to tell this story is through flashing forward. Say, let me tell you what really happened. Let me tell you how I feel about it now.
Take it you would have done things differently.
I would have done a lot of things differently.
And so as a framing device for the show, I think it creates brilliant juxtapositions. The young person who's out there absolutely living every moment. And then the middle-aged woman who's looking back and has regrets and is trying to make sense of the things she did when she was young.
Come in.
It is really incredible to see all of these different elements. The writing, amazing cast, the production design, the sets, locations, all come together, see these scenes I recounted in the book come to life. So it's quite moving and just wonderful to see the results.